Miller, welcome, come in, have a seat. I would like to take a few minutes to introduce myself. My name is Staff Sergeant Michelle Borland, and I will be your supervisor here in the FSS Squadron, and I want to welcome you to the South Dakota Air National Guard. We have several offices in this building. Each office has like a subject matter expert, if you will. So we have one office that works with re-enlistments, enlistments, and retirements. We have one office that works with training. We have one office that works with education. We have one office that works with IPR, which is a deployment area. They all have other things that they do, but that's where the subject matter expert falls. And they're having you start with us here in customer service. In customer service, we do a lot of CAP cards during the weekend. That works with a system called DEERS. And in order to be a DEERS operator, you need to take CBTs. So we'll have to get you signed up for those this weekend because you can't have access to the computer system until we get them. And that's an annual requirement that we all have to do. We're also able to update the airmen's personal records. So if they get married, if they have a baby, if they get divorced, they bring in the proper documentation and we're able to upload it in that system. So that's our main job here on the weekends. And there are other things that we need to do as well, but that's the main one. So before you leave this weekend, I want to make sure that you are signed up for those CBTs. I want to touch on ethics and core values. Upholding integrity, respect, and accountability is non-negotiable. These values are not just concepts. They're the foundation of our actions and our decisions. We must embody service, excellence, and duty to our nation every day. Sometimes that means reporting ethical violations. And if we have to do that, we need to do that promptly, fairly, and impartially. However, we must also recognize challenges. There will be a time when our personal beliefs and our organizational policies collide, or when we're faced to navigate gray areas with minimal guidance. And it is in these moments that our commitment to core values truly matters. I'd also like to touch on communication. We in FSS send out a newsletter every month, so I would like to have you put your contact information on here. The top of it is my contact information, so you can either take a picture of that or when we're done here, you can enter it into your phone. I would like to get your mailing address, your email address, your date of birth, and your phone number, if you would please. As I was saying, communication is essential. If there is a lack of communication, it's never good. So we like to send out a newsletter, and you should get that usually the middle of the week before drill. On that letter, it just gives some expectations, what to expect for drill, if there's any requirements that you need to commit or complete at that time. And it also tells you our starting days. The starting time is usually at 6:30, and that's in the DFAC. We're typically done by 16:30, which is 4:30 on Saturday and 14:30 on Sundays. When we get done here, I'm going to introduce you to Sergeant Jones, and he will give you a tour and show you where these offices are and where the DFAC is and where you'll be able to, where your desk will be, and you can put your stuff. If there's any questions that you have while I'm going through this information, please don't hesitate to stop me, or you can write it down and we can go through it when we're done with this information. I know that this is a lot of information being thrown at you right now. I would like to touch on personal and professional development. We place a premium on personal and professional development here at the 114th. On that questionnaire, which is the second piece of paper that I just gave you, I would like you to have that completed by end of day if possible. It provides me with critical information that allows me as your supervisor to track your goals and ensure that I help set you up for success. I'm sure that you understand for the first 3 promotions in the Air Force, there are certain requirements and they kind of come naturally. So if you're in the Air Force for so many years, then you get promoted. If you're a senior airman, then at that time requirement, then you get promoted on to the next rank. And your next promotion will be to Staff Sergeant. And in order for you to get promoted to Staff Sergeant, we need to make sure that you are enrolled and complete the ALS program. You have the option to either do that remotely or in a distant learning setting, or you can go in residence also. If you can let me know by the end of next drill, that would be great, because I would like to get you signed up for that in the next 30 days. We have many opportunities for growth, whether it's pursuing advanced education, engaging in cross-functional roles, or embracing new challenges. We, as individuals, need to balance our professional aspirations with our personal responsibilities, and that requires us to have some good time management. Finally, I would like to touch on understanding our mission and global perspectives. The world that we're living in provides for a lot of opportunities and requirements for the Air National Guard. As a Guard unit, we may be tasked with deployments and expected to go to different locations throughout the world. When we're called on to deploy, information will be given to you at that time as to where you're going, what the requirements are, what the expectations will be. And we need to be ready for that. You're not going to be told today that you have to go somewhere tomorrow. We get time warnings, usually 6 months to a year, when we do get notification that we're going on a deployment. But we need to understand the why behind our directives. We need to be ready as guardsmen. And in an increasingly interconnected world, global awareness is essential. We must recognize the impact of global events on our operations, and we need to be able to build partnerships with our allies and respect their cultural differences. Preparedness is key. We must adapt to emerging threats, utilize technological advances, and participate in joint exercises to ensure success in the mission. As of right now, that's all that I have for you. Do you have any questions for me? Again, at this time, I want to welcome you to the South Dakota Air National Guard here in Force Support Squadron. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You have my contact information. If you can fill out that questionnaire and get it back to me by end of day tomorrow, that would be great. I want you to be well aware that my door is always open. I look forward to working with you. Thank you.